Teresa, I'm going to put you on the spot now because you have an interesting story about, I believe, your great grandmother's burial uh, gravesite area. Pardon me if I got that not quite right, but in the Medicine Hat area. Can you come online and tell people about your about Medicine Hat and Calgary working together on the online cemetery projects as you understand it and your involvement in that, and then lead into your story on your family situation and fixing up the gravesite area. Would you mind doing that, Teresa?
No, I will try. Um, okay, well, as I mentioned, I was introduced to Jim a number of years ago by Errol Morris, and I went on the website that you were doing for all of the cemeteries and stuff, and it was very intriguing. And I think with what Jim and your group is doing, it is encompassing a little bit more than just a picture and and things like that. There's a bit more of an ability to have a story behind it, which is what I was sort of thrilled with way back when I did initially meet Jim. Now he was talking about my great grandmother. In 1992, I went out because I was, and of course, years go by, unfortunately, and I'm going to show you a picture, and hopefully that is what the gravesite looked like in 1992. My grandparents, my grandma died in 1927, I think, and my great grandfather died in 1940. And so again, here is, you can see in the weeds, tiny little bits, and luckily I had those pictures right beside me. You can see how disintegrating it was becoming. And I mentioned this to a cousin of mine. Now, I don't know, second cousin once removed. Anyways, our great-great-grandparents were the same. And so he went ahead, because I said, we've got to do something to change it. Now, unfortunately, I don't have those pictures. They're on my computer, but I don't have them at my fingertips. But he cleaned up the gravesite, and he put a great big stone there, and cleaned all the grass up, cleaned up the because my grandmother had a metal cross that was really quite pretty, and as you can see, and then on the cross, again, I'll show that to you. There was some really pretty little roses, and he painted them red. So anyways, he fixed up the fence around the cemetery. He fixed up the gravesite, put this stone on, and then put the fact that great grandma and grandpa were born in Alexanderfeld and Wilhelm Annenthal, and married in Wilhelmsthal, etc., etc., and came to Canada in 1904. They, of course, came to South Dakota first. And then on the back, they put all of the children that were born. One was born in Odessa, and the rest were all born in South Dakota. They unfortunately lost 4 little boys between the States and Canada. But anyways, the whole thing is that I went back to show a couple of my cousins in 2018, and you could see the difference between 1992 and 2018, and then I went again this October in 2023, and now it's starting to deteriorate again. But of course, the stone that is there will, like, I don't think it'll ever deteriorate for, for hundreds of years. But it's something that we have to do, I guess, to make sure that our ancestors are never forgotten. And I'm in the process. I I have written a book. Now it's not as nice as Anna's, but it's got 23 pages of writing, and then in the back it's got another 30 or so pages of sources and pictures. So I'm not quite sure if I really like what Anna's done, but I'm not quite sure how to put all of that in. And of course, this is just my grandparents, not even my great-grandparents, which I'm about to start now. And that's sort of why I wanted to see what Anna was doing today before I started my great-great-grandparents. And then, of course, you've got grandparents on the other side and your parents, and it's never ending, but it's fun. So that's kind of what where I am right now. And thanks, Jim, for giving me that opportunity.